We are live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of STORYHIVE on location in Victoria with Beats, Eats,
and more.
Yes. Nice little calm whisper brought down the energy, you know? I'm your host, Kazi, and we are broadcasting live right now from the unceded ancestral Lekwungen territories. I want to wish everybody a happy National Indigenous Peoples Day. Also, summer solstice today. And utmost love, gratitude, and respect to the original protectors and stewards of these lands and these waters. That is the Songhees and the Esquimalt First Nations who've been resisting, protecting, and it's the only reason why we're here today. And today on the show, what I'm stoked about is this is 5 out of 5 of the interviews we've done over the last 4 days, which has been crazy because I usually don't do that many all in a row. And our final guest for this Victoria chapter is the one and only TK the artist, Jayden Brown. TK is a Nigerian-born, Victoria-based Afrosoul jazz fusion artist blending R&B, gospel, jazz, Afrobeats, and more. He's played Tofino Jazz Fest and Khatsahlano, and recently nominated for Afrobeats Artist of the Year at the Western Canadian Music Awards, which I might be at, by the way. TK brings a deep rhythmic connection to the stage, known for the rare ability to sing and play drums simultaneously, creating a powerful and immersive live performance. His debut album, A Journey Under the Stars, was co-produced by Jayden Brown, a rising producer known for his genre-blurring soundscapes. He continues to push creative boundaries, driven by a deep passion for sonic innovation and a commitment to crafting compelling musical experiences. Wow. Heavy statements, fam.
Yeah.
That is amazing. How we doing? Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Yeah. I'm doing great. That was a fantastic intro.
Yeah.
Who wrote that bio? Yeah. Was that me?
It was a combo, you know?
That was amazing.
Yeah. We're right now in the studio where this A Journey Under the Stars was mainly created, yes? Yeah.
Yeah, just right here. It's in my house, but bedroom converted studio.
That's where the best music gets made, TBH.
I think so. Humble beginnings, right?
Yeah. I think I really want to start off with asking y'all about your meet cute. Do you know what that is?
I have an educated guess what that is.
The meet cute is what my younger cousins taught me. Means literally like the moment that you met that was like cute.
Yeah.
If it was cute.
It was
cute.
It was
like a year.
Yeah. It was like, what was it? It was like meant to be, I think. Like that's how I describe it. Like when I started, when I had the idea of like wanting to pursue this music thing professionally, I realized very quickly, I was like making a list of like all my strengths and all the things that I would need help with. And one of the things I definitely needed help with was production. And and then a whole host of other things, but I just also was looking for community as well. So I just went on Instagram and I used to just try and find people. I used to go to random jam sessions and just things around in the community and just the trying to immerse myself in the scene, like what's actually going on here, who are the people that are doing the same things that I'm doing. So I just searched like Victoria music scene or something hashtag on Instagram, and then I saw his sister was doing Shanice, by the way. She's an incredible musician as well, vocal coach. Yes. She also featured on a couple of songs in the album and did like backing vocals and things like that. And so I saw her singing, and then I was like, man, she has like one of the purest techniques you would ever hear. She sounds like a whistle, very classically trained, incredible technique. So yeah, I messaged her and I didn't get a response from her for like 6-7 months.
Oh my god!
And months and months, and then I realized it was because she was pregnant at the time, and she was just dealing with all of that. But anyways, after the baby came, she messaged me back. I'm glad she did. I don't even know how she remembered the message from like whatever long ago. And then I went over to her house, and that's where I saw Jayden for the first time. And he was like, "Oh, it's my brother," and then we just jammed and we talked, and I didn't even know at the time that he was a producer. And that's how we met.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was the first time we met.
What was the moment of then realizing, oh, you produce, like maybe we should do something together?
I mean, you had been over a couple times after the fact, and I mean, I'd shown him some beats here and there, but I don't know, we were just kind of, we were doing our own thing at the time still. I also do filming, so this one time he asked me to like film for his show, so I was helping him out doing that first.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until I met another Afrobeats artist and started kind of getting more into that bag and that vibe and made a project and kind of progressed in my own journey of production as well.
That's Poncho?
Yeah, that's Poncho.
Yeah.
It wasn't until me and him started kind of progressing our sound and story that we kind of clicked a little more and was like, okay, how about you help me make my project with me, type of thing.
Yeah, and I pulled up here like the 2nd of January, was it? Like New Year's 2024, like just last year, with this massive idea. I was like, let's make an album and release it in 2 months.
Actually?
we wanted to release the album released this year in May. We wanted to release it last year in March.
Yeah. You didn't know the process quite yet of actually making a project, so I was like, okay,
Yo, respect the hustle though.
I respect the hustle, man. This guy's a hustler for sure. So I was like, okay, I see where it's coming from.
Yeah.
But good, we'll see. That's the first thing I said. I was like, okay,
He's like,
we'll
I'm
see.
island vibe. Come on.
That was. He was like, and I was like, let's just try. And he was like, but yeah, I think we made it work. I think we made it work. Yeah, we made it work. Yeah.
That's amazing.
A little over a year later, and the album's finally finished.
Yes.
Yeah, made it work.
Well, it's an amazing album. Really. It's like, it's a full beginning, middle, end. It tells a story. It tells your story, sonically speaking, message-wise. I feel like there's also something for everyone in there.
Definitely.
I was saying earlier, before we started the interview, that Exercise is definitely the one that I want to dance to. And that the songs that you guys made together, Golden Child, and even when we were driving in the car, because I was the one who's really taking in the music heavy, because preparing for the interview, but Jamal was like, man, TK, emotional kind of guy. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, Nigeria, represent, let's go.
Yeah, well, we are very like expressive people, and I guess that's just how I carry myself. I'm a very like wear my heart on the sleeve kind of guy, and you can feel it on the project for sure. It's a lot of like coming here was very therapeutic. Like, I'll tell him multiple times that I walk into the studio and like all my stress would just vanish. And it was, we worked, like, I'm glad the album took a year, because you have to, during a year, you go through so many things. Like, you go through so many cycles. I was finishing up school at the time. I just graduated, uncertainty, not knowing what to do next, where to go. And all those emotions were captured in a lot of the songs. That's why it feels the way it feels, because it's just no cap in my rap. It was real. It was real. Like, it was very, like, I had to be very vulnerable when I was writing, because why not? That's the art. It's just like, it's like a time capsule. And sometimes when I, like, we produce the songs and whatever, and you listen to it like 1,000 times, so I don't listen to it for a while. And sometimes it catches me. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, in that moment, I really captured what I was feeling in that time. And that vulnerability with the way we express ourselves is what gives the music authenticity.
Yes. Yeah. That's definitely felt.
Yeah.
So I tuned in to shout outs to Squishy Podcast, because they did a great interview with you.
They did.
The more like, not rated G, just free for all.
It was,
yeah, adults only listen. And I got to know a little bit more about your personal story and how you did the school path to make the parents happy. But like,
shout out to my dad. He's probably watching.
Yeah. Yes. But like, music was also the calling and the passion and the outlet that was necessary for you as an artist. And so, I thought that was incredible that you like were able to do school and also still pursue your art.
I guess I was able to. It really was. I just barely made it. Like it was just like at the finish line, just trying to like get through it. It was very difficult.
Bro,
like,
did you get a piece of paper with your name on it?
Yeah, somewhere.
Respect. That's it.
Yeah, that's
I
that's
did not.
yeah.
Um,
But then it was hard, but we did it. We got
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Well, shout outs to you
Thank
because
you. Thank you.
you know, like I understand too, coming from being an immigrant as well, and like wanting to pursue art in our lifetime. It's like I had to have a conversation with my family when I decided to choose like a more creative path as well. It's like this is the reason why you also immigrated out here, was like to give us better opportunities, and this is that opportunity, like an opportunity to be a creative.
Yeah.
You know.
No, music is in both of our families for sure. I mean, obviously his sister is like super talented, and,
Yes.
and my dad is a percussionist and a singer. He's sung choir for many years. My uncle is a musician as well. My sister, a beautiful vocalist. So it's in the family for sure. But like I guess. With like coming from where we came from, we needed to survive, and to do that, education was the number one thing. But yeah, coming here, I just felt like it made sense for me to pursue this because I had this. I felt like Canada gave me the space, it gave me the time, and it gave me like just more opportunity. And for me now, it doesn't even feel like a question. And yeah, my parents are now very, very supportive. Like they call in, they check. Like my dad was like, "How did the interview go?" And we hadn't even done it yet.
Aww.
And
Shout out, Pops.
yeah, no, yeah, like I remember the day after the release show, he was messaging me like, "Oh, how did it go?" and stuff. He wanted to hear about it. Send us photos, send us pictures. Always praying for me. Always saying such positive words. And like now it's nice because when I started it, he didn't know about it because I didn't know how he was gonna feel about it, and I was like, because when I was younger, this was not like a thing. But now I really appreciate that support because I was gonna do it anyways because that's just who I am. But it's nice to like do it knowing that they're cheering me on. It gives me that extra
Yes. And I think in many ways it's because they're seeing us able to do something that maybe they didn't have that choice or they couldn't make that decision for themselves at that time.
I don't know. I guess I have to talk to him about it. I don't know. Like I haven't really talked to him about like how he emotionally, like how is that like he is interpreting all of this. Yeah.
How about for you, musical family as well?
Somewhat, yeah. When my dad was younger, he used to be in a band, and I'm pretty sure he played saxophone, and he's just an artistic guy in himself. But yeah, musical dad. My mom, not so much, but both of them always very supportive, and let me do what I wanted to do when I was growing up, and like supported whatever I was interested in. Like didn't stop me from pursuing creative things, or there was no pressure to like go into school like that. So, and like they let me make my own decisions and follow my own path. So yeah, I'm grateful for that.
Shout outs to parents who
Yeah.
A, sacrifice, but B, also like give us the space to like learn, figure things out on our own, make mistakes or make good choices, like all of that. Yeah. I'd love to know from both of you if you can remember the first time, like earliest memory from when you were younger, where you heard music and you realized it was more than just sound.
The moment I wanted to pursue like music, I was like 14. I'd been doing music since I was younger. Like I was a big fan of like Guitar Hero.
Oh,
like
yes.
just the game, and like did the guitar lessons and drum lessons and whatever. But the moment I realized I wanted to pursue music, I was listening to, I swear it was like, it was Claire de Lune, like that piano by Debussy. So some classical piano.
Okay.
But I don't know, it just moved me to tears. Like I couldn't stop crying. Like it was so emotional for me, and I was like, what even is this? Like, how are these sounds making me feel like this? So
And it was a classical track.
It was the classical music. Like I was just
Wow.
randomly listening to some classical piano, and it moved me so much that, yeah, it made me want to pursue music. So I just downloaded FL Studio. My friend had like a version, so I like unlocked it with his code, and yeah, that's
Shout outs to the friends sharing the cheat codes.
Exactly. Shout out to friend. And then the rest is history. I just kind of watched YouTube and taught myself the whole way. And now we're here. Yeah.
That's dope. How about you?
Yeah, for me, my earliest memories, it's just that I have like little fragments here and there. I used to like bug my local church drummer. His name was Emmanuel, and I was just obsessed with him. Like, my dad is a pastor, so I used to be in church a lot, and it's Pentecostal church. There was a lot of music, that's where I got my musical training. Really.
Yes.
I was just obsessed with the drummer. I just could not get my eyes off him. That's what my earliest memory. I'd follow him around. I'd beg him to teach me. I'd beg him to and then there's this time that he gave me a couple of sticks. Just go, just take this and go.
Leave me alone.
Just leave me alone. And then I'll just be like hitting things around and things like that. Was my earliest memory. And I remember this one time. I was playing on the church drum just by myself because we used to go there and stay for hours sometimes, and I played this hip hop groove because I was this is how I learned how to play the drums. There was a piano with recorded instruments on there, pre-recorded takes, and I would just click and it would play a song, and I try and replicate the song on the drums, and I play until I got it. So this one time. I got this groove that I'd been trying. I don't even remember how long, and it was it made me I went crazy. I was I can't believe my hands just did that combination, and I was just so and it made me become addicted, and I just started trying to push more and more. What can I add? Can I add this roll here? Can I add this fill here? And it was a very I would get lost for hours on end, and this happened for a very long time, and still happens to this day.
How old were you at that time?
Young, maybe 8, 9. Yeah,
wow.
Very young. I started playing very young age. Yeah.
That's dope. I also grew up going to a Christian church, and it's there was just always instruments around, and you did see multi-generations of people playing, and you kind of found your lane into what it was you were going to play and contribute to the community.
That's how it was. It was just like a church. It was there would be 3 drummers there, 4 keyboard players, blah blah blah, and you just sit down and you just absorb. You just hear what this person is doing, and then we used to have these services that would last for hours, 8.
Yo, when you're caught by the Holy Spirit, you cannot stop,
bro.
Right?
It'll last. So people with the drummers obviously can't play that long, so you just be switching and switching. So really got a very solid the good groove, and like also learning to control a crowd dynamics. My father was a very charismatic preacher. You should see him. He loved music. He do middle of the sermon he would break out in songs and stuff. So I learned a lot of my stage presence from watching him and just the way he moved and the way he interacted with the crowd. And also just me learning how, like, if you can make Africans dance, you can make anybody dance. Like so that's that was a trick, because if it's not moving, they're just I in pigeon, they'll be like, what's in this one they do? Like, they're just playing nonsense. And you're just they'll just look at if they're not feeling it, they won't move. So if you can make them, then you can make anybody dance. And that's where I got my strong training from. Yeah.
How long ago did you come to Canada?
2015, so 10 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. 2015, that's a big year for a lot of people in this whole 10-year cycle.
Yes, it's a cycle.
Because I was reading in your bio, you started producing 10 years ago as well.
Yeah, coming up on 10 years now.
Yeah,
something about that year.
Yeah, it must have been you landing.
Yeah.
I was like, something told me I need to prepare for Tekena.
Yeah. How did you, I guess, like, master and learn, like, the drumming and the singing? Because that's hard. Like, Anderson .Paak can rap and sing and drum. Like,
well, I rap too.
How does your brain
The Nick Jonas from the Jonas Brothers.
What about him?
That's the first person I saw do it, like in 2008.
Yeah.
And I saw it on Disney. Like
Yeah.
they had the theme song where he was playing, and I was like, I'd never, because I loved singing, I loved playing,
But
but
you never
my
seen it
brain
together.
never connected that you could do both at the same time. So then I was watching, I was like, wait, is he singing and drumming at the same time? And then it just clicked to me, and it just opened that possibility in my head. This is why it's very important to expose children to things, right? Because I didn't even occur to me that was a thing, because I'd never seen it before. So when I saw him do it, I was like, oh, you can do both? Like, it was like oh wow, you can do both. And then that just shattered that little limitation for me instantly. The fact that I saw somebody else do it, and so then I started practicing. So what I used to do is I used to sing backup sometimes, or like 1 or 2 songs here and there. But it wasn't really till like I'll say like 3-4 years ago that I really started being a front man and drumming at the same time, because I was with this other band, Locker and Tones, and they needed me to jump in as a lead for a couple of songs. So I would do that, and like it's just very recent, this like, and it's just lots of practice. I don't get on stage if I put hours and hours and hours and hours of practice. And, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can you multitask with an instrument and something else at the same time?
You should see him working in the studio. He does it like a video game. It's ridiculous. I've worked with so many producers. Like if his speed is over here, everybody else's speed is over here. Like nothing like I've ever seen. Like it's just like see, like he's just working like this. And when he gets in the zone, I just don't bother him. I just keep quiet, and he just does his thing. Like that is very cool. You don't see it on stage. People like 300 people on cheering for you, but that's what gets the records done. That's why that's what gets because he's so fast. Like his hands are in keyboards are just the keyboard's an extension of his fingers at this time.
Well, yeah, I mean, TK answered that for me, I guess. Well, yeah, the computer's my instrument for sure. Like, that's my main. But I don't know about multitasking.
Yeah.
I can't drum and sing like TK can.
Yeah.
He's doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But I do play instruments, like a lot of percussion, like djembe. I got a hand pan. I play the flute.
Yes. Is this harp yours as well?
No, this harp is my partner Violet's.
Yeah.
She's also who painted the album cover right there.
Oh yeah. We're definitely going to talk about that.
Yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there. But,
I'd love to know, were there any artists, albums, or sounds you were obsessed with as a kid or teen that still influence your work today?
You wanna go?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Any artist, albums, or sounds you were obsessed with as a kid or a teen that still influence your work that you make now?
I mean, a lot of these people are in this room with us right here. Like I got Frank Ocean on the wall there.
Yes.
Huge inspiration for me in my sound. Just the production, the emotional, like impact that his stuff has. J. Cole is a classic for me. J. Cole, and then of course Bob Marley, Childish Gambino.
Yes.
He's like one of my favorite just all around artists ever, and his producer, like Ludwig Göransson, huge. I'm a huge fan of his. Yeah, Ludwig, because I don't know, he does like movie scores and stuff too. I've always wanted to get into that. So whoever's watching.
You did the ballet thing, right?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I just composed like a 7-minute kind of soundtrack for a ballet Arts Umbrella.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a ballet studio in Vancouver, and they'd choreograph to that. So that's the closest I've gotten to a
That's
movie
so
score.
cool.
It was very cool. It is on Spotify.
Is it called Va?
Yeah,
I heard it.
You heard that?
I
Okay.
heard it. I thought it was really cool because it sounded really different from your other stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is very like cinematic and textural, and it's 7 minutes long.
For sure.
You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's dope.
Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why that exists. It was just art for art's sake, essentially. There was no there was no barriers on it. It was just like, let's make this thing and just be creative with it. And that making that actually reminded me what it felt like when I first started making music. Just kind of expressing without any expectation really. Like I wasn't trying to like, okay, let's make a Afrobeat like song or let's make some hip hop. It was just like what happens, and that's how that came about. But in terms of like, yeah, artists that I listened to that inspired me, I would say those artists that I.
Good answers.
Yeah.
And I love that you're the one who drew all of these.
For sure.
Yeah. How about you, TK?
Yeah, artists that inspired me. I have to say, there was a time, there was a particular movement of sound in the Black American gospel scene. Because gospel is all I listened to when I was younger. Because you know I'm a church boy. And that like I used to like put on my headphones, go into my dad's car, and just stay there for hours, just listening. Like just man, they were cooking. Like just the harmonies, the arrangements, the vocalists, Tasha Cobbs, Kirk Franklin, Donnie McClurkin, Don Moore at the time, Jay Moss. I'm trying to remember all their names right now, and that sound, because neo soul and R&B were very much influenced by the Black American gospel sound.
For sure.
So they really like just the way they, even with their accents and the way they like controlled their tone and their pitch, was a very big influence on how I sound today and how I write songs and stuff like that. It was just because it's gospel music, right? So it's such a reverence and worship, and that's just appreciation and deep meaning for this thing that's so much bigger than you. It makes, because you're trying to offer up the song to something that's so much bigger than you. That's why the song sounds so big, because the sonics of it have to match the feeling that you're trying to create of offering up this worship. So so that was one of my biggest influences for sure. Even when you see me perform live and stuff, it's very much like very soulful and things like that. So that was my initial influences. But for this particular project, I was listening to Wizkid, I was listening to Fela Kuti, and this is our Nigerian Afrobeat heroes. I was listening to Odunsi the Engine, who started the Alte Cruise wave in 2018. Jules, listened to Jules for a long time, Burna Boy, and just I mixed the soulful sound that I had growing up with the more modern feel of Afro beats and stuff like that, and we have like a unique space where we've landed with that. And then also just being in this city as well. This city has such a huge jazz influence. They have a huge jazz history here. This is a very jazzy city. So when I was a lot of these songs we were already playing live for years before we even got into the studio. So because of the jamming with all these jazz musicians and stuff like that, it changed the way we wrote some of the Afrobeat songs. So because even now, like, we go submit our very Afrobeat songs to playlists, and they don't even know what to do with it because it doesn't sound like traditional Afrobeat songs, and it's like, that's the point. Like, that's how music evolves, right?
Yes.
So all of those influences is what has created A Journey Under the Stars. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I'm curious about the jazz scene now that you talked about it.
Bro, let me start. Rowan Farintosh, who is a huge staple, is the GOAT. He's a huge staple on this album. Incredible saxophone player.
Mark and they played sax on the album.
Yes,
as well.
Rowan plays. He's all over this album. Mark Miku on the trumpet, all over this album.
Yes.
And then the first band I was playing with, it was the Figs. They had Isaac K on the sax, and then there's like then the wider jazz scene like Wes Carroll, and then the Latin guys, Pablo Cardenas, and then the names are not coming to me right now, but there is a very rich jazz scene here, and there are lots of very, very incredibly talented musicians. Alex Matheson, Alvin as well, and
That's dope.
Yeah, there's a very rich scene there.
Do you have any teachers or mentors that you've had along the way that have really supported or like taught you a lot for you to be the creative that you are now?
I would say mentorship wise, I've been always very obsessed with like people that did exceptional things. My mentorship has been like through the internet. Like, I follow, like, I've read up extensively on, like, people like Prince and Michael Jackson and Muhammad Ali. Not just musical people, just like people who found their voice.
In whatever lane they were
lane they were in, and
Yes.
did it exceptionally. Like, one of the things that you notice when you watch a lot of these old interviews from like 19 whatever, and where they were really fighting for something, is that like they like really stood for something. That's not something you see a lot sometimes in this present age. Like they had conviction, like they had strong belief and conviction, and it's like that is essential when you want to like do something that's like exceptional. You need conviction. Like, belief is a driving force, because this whole thing came from nothing. Just a dream, and not even $1, just a dream. It's just no dollars, just a dream. And it was like, so I would say mentorship wise, I have studied a lot on people's lives. I have followed a lot of the I've studied a lot of musicians throughout, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, and I feel like these guys, I don't know them, but like they are kind of like mentors to me. Like I would like approach writing and composing an album or a particular situation, dealing with by referring to how they live their lives. And then here, and then like in the recent musical space in the last couple of years, for people who were like more direct, I would say Caleb Hart. He's really pulled me under his wing, and like he's a great guy, and we have something coming soon. And then shout out to Caleb. And then there was Sade Awele as well.
Yes.
She's you know Sade, right?
She was on season 2. Let's go. We made pancakes for your birthday.
She was. She like I called her a bunch of times, and she just like gave me her time, like talked me through things, like this is how I did this, how I did that. We messaged sometimes, and I really needed that when I started, because it was this industry. There's no blueprint, right? So you gotta. Yes. So I was talking to them, and they really helped me.
Amazing.
Well, you answered that question.
Yeah.
I'll take that answer as mine as well, because it's the same. Yeah, like growing up learning production, I was just in my room with my computer, like alone. So with the internet, like you say, so yeah, it is all just fueled by a dream and a passion for, expressing what I've seen inside of myself and wanting to like bring that into the world, and also like just seeing the impact that it has, like, and become reality. And then it's like, just working with everybody that I'm working with now, like with TK, with Caleb, with Poncho, with my sister. It's like just seeing the dream, become more and more of a reality. That's what keeps me pushing. That's what keeps like everything going.
Were there any other mentors or teachers that you had also growing up, or?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure. Like, I had some really good high school teachers.
Oh yes, I just remember.
I had some good high school teachers that really, pushed for keeping an open mind, and not so much following the system essentially, and like following what your heart says, what your intuition says. And so shout out to Karis and Takasaki. Those two, those are two mentors for sure. And then, I would say that, I mean, the support of my parents for sure. And then, no mentors necessarily musically. Recently, again, Caleb Hart for sure, because he's like an OG in the music scene here for sure. And me and him did a project together recently, and that was like a huge milestone as well.
Ooh, is it out yet?
Yeah, Emancipation, his last album, I produced that. So like all the beats and everything is, we clicked up and got it done. Like that one we got done super quick. TK was saying like 3 months, and TK's took way longer. Me and Caleb had that project done in like under a month for sure. Yeah, wow. It was like, it was rapid, but caught me at a good time for sure. The floodgates were open.
Yeah.
It was the end of the summer. Like I'd grown so much working with TK's stuff, and me and Poncho just had our project out, and yeah, I was just going. So that's why that took a month. Maybe your next album.
Yeah.
It probably won't take a month. I think we just work differently. That's why I like to take my time on songs, because once they're out, it's out forever.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, you can still like make records that are very good pretty quickly. I'm just not how I work now.
Yeah. You said you had one more person.
Yes,
you wanna
my high school music coordinator, Mr. Michael, but we used to call him Mr. Michael. He was one of the people that really made me understand composition. I was with him, I think, about a year and a half or two. And yeah, like there was this time where because he used to, like, he'd build out the harmonies in front of us. He'd be like, oh, this is the soprano part, this is this part. And he helped me really understand how to put together music into a song. And I remember we did this song, and I can't remember. It was a gospel tune, and when all the choir members came in and they hit the harmony, I almost I broke into tears. Like, wow. It was so beautiful that I was like, wow, the music is amazing, and I was just still like, oh, this is so beautiful. So yeah, he really helped me like come out of my shell, and like there was the first place where I was like really working with like you know, other musicians and putting together stuff in the project. Yeah, so shout out to him. Yeah.
Earlier you had said that like what you were inspired by from these people who you see as mentor figures is that they had a like sense of conviction and a real belief in whatever it is that they were creating. What do you think that is for you?
My conviction, I believe in the power of music. I believe in the soul. I believe in its power to bring people together. I believe in its as an avenue of expression, authentic expression, and I believe in it as an avenue for truth to be like really in line with yourself.
We've got children enjoying life.
Yes, and that's a convicted scream right there.
Yeah.
And I believe in its ability to bring people together, and I believe that for me, it's an avenue where I know that I love this. It's my passion, and I can use it to help my family and put food on my table and a roof over my head. And that conviction is what keeps me going.
Do you feel the same?
I do feel the same. Yeah, we're on the same wavelength, me and TK here, for sure. Yeah, and you know, I'm always just striving for excellence, essentially. Like there's always growth to do, and always, you know, new heights to reach, and that's kind of where I aim my sights at, you know. So that's what keeps me going for the next project, you know. Like we finish one, and it's like, okay, on to the next. Like how can we keep improving? How can we keep expanding and pushing further than where we have been? So it seems endless, you know, like it's a ever unfolding journey that creativity is. And I think creativity is kind of endless. Like it's an infinite thing. So I just strive to, you know, tap into that and allow for myself to, you know, not get stuck or held up in certain areas. Like I see creativity and art as kind of like it's intertwined with myself and how I am as a person. So like if I'm emotionally unstable and in a mess, it's like creativity isn't necessarily happening and flowing. So it's like it's intertwined with my life, you know. So if I keep my mind straight and if I keep my life like flowing positively, then creativity is like open, and that's kind of what keeps me on this journey, because it's like it just allows me to keep growing. And that's
totally, I feel you on that. And you know, if we have the belief that these are just our meat suits, right, and we're souls in these meat suits having this human experience, you know, and one of the greatest gifts that we can be given is that we can tap into like being a channel for creativity to move through us and be expressed through us, like that is like you need to be open, right?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's my perspective on that.
Yeah, I feel like look at the long history of people who have been trying to like express the music that they're hearing through them, and we're still getting more people. Like it's just never ends. Like in the 1920s or whatever, there were the jazz guys, and and then later on, in the 50s they had their own people. In the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, Michael Jackson has come and gone, Miles Davis has come and gone, and yet there's still more musicians with more ideas, with more like it's just never ends. Like in 50 years there's gonna be another artist here. So when you really think about it from that perspective, it's like this well that never runs dry, and it becomes like a lifelong pursuit. It becomes like this lifelong, because you know that you can never in 80 years. It's been hundreds of years we've been writing music, and the ideas are still coming.
Exactly.
So yeah.
In what ways have you seen music be transformational, either on yourself or on others, whether it's performing or creating, or but the key word is like music and transformation.
And transformation in what sense?
A shift in a state of being.
Well, one of the things that like made me want to like one of the experiences that convicted me into really wanting to pursue this was I had I had been in a car accident. This is like a couple years ago, and I was like, after the accident, I was in the dumps. Like emotionally, I was just like very, very. I didn't care about anything. I couldn't like it shattered my ability. I guess it's just the closeness to death. It shattered my ability to pretend. I couldn't put on a mask and like go out into the like everyday things like that. But in that period, the one thing that I cared about was music. Like even when everything else had like fallen away and I couldn't even like care to eat or sleep or whatever, and the one thing that I cared about was music. And I remember when I watched Yeba's Tiny Desk concerts, it was like a cold winter day in 2021, and I watched the whole thing, and I was just in tears, and I was like, this is what I want to do. Like this, the way this lady and her band is making me feel right now is how I want to make people feel for the rest of my life. Just, it was the composition, the passion, and the way she was singing, the backup vocalist, and it was just such an experience. Like just sitting there and getting washed over by these waves, this person's like raw emotion, and them just expressing a very true human experience. Really, really affected me. Like I was like, yeah, this is where the music is at. It's this strong truth and conviction. And yeah, I know I can't speak for the people that have come to my shows, but some of them have told me about how some people were told me that they were in tears when they came to see the show, how they had such a great time, how they felt like they haven't danced like that in a long time, how it got them out of their whatever slump they were feeling like. And that's what it did to me, and it's a blessing that I can go do that for other people as well.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Wow. Yeah. Just being able to have people feel the things that you make, that makes it all worth it, to see people move, to see people dance. It is like the dropping of all the worries that we kind of carry and have. Yeah, it is primal. Like it just gets us to remember that everything is going to be okay, and everything is okay in those moments, those brief moments that the music lets us kind of drop all of our worries, so it's just to serve as that reminder, in a world filled with, chaos and whatever's happening. It's like
Totally.
to be a source of something that is more bright and more moving, more positive, or not if you're having some sad song also. Just to express yourself, I think is
Just feeling something.
yeah, just feeling anything. That's a noble cause, and I think that's what I'm here for, and what I'm here to help other people do as well.
Well, y'all be doing it well. You're doing it well.
Thank you.
And A Journey into the Stars is under the stars, but it's also, I feel, a journey into the stars.
Definitely.
Y'all, especially with that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this project because it came out a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
It took you a year and a bit to create.
Yeah.
But I'm sure
more than a year.
This is what I'm saying.
The first song I wrote like 2019, maybe like All Night. The hook for All Night I wrote in 2019. So yeah, like 5 years. Yeah, yeah.
I'd love to hear more about how this all came together, and more importantly, let's just start actually with why it's called A Journey Under the Stars.
Well, when I was getting the initial ideas for the song, okay, I was dealing with some health issues for a very long time, and I couldn't it made me unable to like leave my house. Like I couldn't like get outside and do stuff. Not during the day or even at night. It was a little difficult because of the way it caused me to react. So the period when I had the idea for this album was right after the sickness had gone. So I was like moving around again and walking and doing lots of strolling around. And during the summertime of like, so was it 2021-ish? And in that time I was contemplating so much because it's like my options in the world were so limited at the time because of the issues I was dealing with, and then the sickness went away, and all of a sudden I had endless possibilities of things to do. And in that quiet time, I had rediscovered my love for music because I had put it at the back burner for a while because I was chasing other things and medical degree and all of this other stuff. But that time it had come back, and I used to go for these long walks, and usually it was in the evening under the stars. So it was a symbolism of just me being able to go out again. So just like and it was like, it felt like the start of a journey. Like even the first song on the album is called Start of Something, which is crazy because at the time we hadn't even like thought of or dreamt about it. But it's crazy how all these things happen. Anyways, so that was the concept of it. Just me walking outside was a symbolism of me walking through life. And my journey was starting, and the stars were just like, it felt like they were like a constant. They were just always there watching us, and there's just this like unknown mystique about like the universe. So just looking out into, it's just this vastness and wideness, and I feel like as creatives we tap into that. We just talked about a couple, this endless vastness and wideness. So yeah, I decided to call it, I don't even know where that name came from, but it did. And A Journey Under the Stars. I had the name even before the project had even started, even before we recorded any songs. And then I tried through the recording process to highlight every part of my journey, how I got in there, and what the journey was to even finishing the project. And also me being an immigrant, it was tying to the journey again because I had to travel all the way from Nigeria to come here, so that was also a journey. So yeah, just in life is a journey. And we're doing it under the stars. And there you go.
Literally, just on a spinning rock.
Yes, on a spinning rock under the stars. And that's how it came about.
Big shout outs to your partner. Please say her name again.
Violet Beach.
Yes, Violet Beach, because this is a beautiful canvas. I heard that it took like 9 months, like
9-10 months.
Yeah, of listening to the music and interpreting the music. Is that how the process was in creating this, or did you give any direction, or what was that?
TK just had this like idea, this wild idea of him like looking into the sunset with like, what even was it? Was it?
I can tell.
Yeah, you tell.
So basically, where I stay, there's like this long strip that goes all the way downtown, and she tried to replicate it. If you look at the trees, it's like it's going like into the sunset, and that's kind of how it looks from my house when I'm sitting. And then like at the end of the street, there's the sunlight. So I was just trying to describe that. So remember when I said I was walking around a lot, and so this point is kind of like the start of the journey. So I had like, and then I wanted like to capture each special moments. So basically from walking from where I'm sitting to the end of the street, and then I wanted to capture each special moment in each different parts of that street. So that was the idea behind it. So here we captured like us on stage. We captured like this moment was a shot from Evening Under the Stars, which was a rendition of A Journey Under the Stars, a show we had 2 years ago. Then we captured Rowan on the sax, and we captured, if you see Shanice's kids on the side over there.
I was gonna ask for those little BBs.
Yes, and then
you
and then you can see Jayden
right
in the
here.
studio over there.
Yeah.
And then me, my girlfriend, Ruby, who's always been a big part of this whole thing as well. So just capturing like everything that went into putting together this project in this big journey. And then as you can see, it feels like you're looking into endlessness, because we don't quite know how all of this is going to turn out. And that was the idea behind the art. And then she took it and did this, which I could have never done. This is, skill and years of practicing. And she herself had never done anything like to this scale. So this project pushed all of us creatively, every single person, from the cover art to the songs itself, to the mixing, to the mastering, to the release party. It was just one big like expansion of our abilities. Really, the idea was so big that it caused us to be bigger and caused us to stretch. And like if that's the point. If it doesn't make you grow, if it doesn't push you to your past your comfort zone, then it's not big enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of growth that happened during this album. A lot of growth, like skill-wise, personally. A lot of skill-wise, honestly, from the first.
What skills do you feel like you really honed in on?
The mastering, honestly, and also mixing, arranging. Like there were so many hours spent just arranging all these instruments that we had recorded. And then a lot, like during this time I really expanded my knowledge on like just mixing and mastering, and it's just kind of like a cohesive thing now in that sense. So like from the first song that we had done to the last song that we made for this, which was Golden Child, it's like I did go back and like apply my new skills to the tracks before release. But there was just a lot of growth that happened and just an understanding of the process in itself. Yeah.
In what ways do you feel you grew the most?
Oh man, like just like it helped me become a studio artist. I feel like in this newer age, people are studio artists first, and then they learn how to be performers. I kind of did it the other way because I've been playing in church for years, so I was pretty comfortable on stage. But what I hadn't learned properly, where I hadn't like dialed down, was like the studio, and it's very different.
How so?
The singing technique, you have to use different. You can't like project as much in the studio. You have to like sing a little differently. You have to understand like how you're recording certain things. You can't when you're playing the drums, you can't be as dynamic as like there's just little tweaks and techniques to help it sound different. The studio version sound different from the live version. So I learned to be a studio artist, which is very important because as a live performer, it's great. You get one-on-one connection with the fans. But even if I played a show every day for 100 people, for the next year, I wouldn't reach like if I had released an album and it got like 50,000 streams. I wouldn't. You can't reach as many people. The recorded music is how you reach people. Like so, it was a challenge to try and capture that live feel that we had because our live shows were great. Even before we hadn't released a single song, we would get crowds moving. We'd get crowds singing to our songs even before they've never even heard it. So now trying to capture that feeling and change the dynamics to fit it into a studio song, that was really the challenge. I think we did all right.
Yeah.
I think we
Y'all
did.
did great.
I think we did great.
That's one of the main things that I wanted to catch with TK's album here is it's just the energy of his live shows. Because before we started working together, I would go and see his shows, and it would just be like the energy would just be like way up here, and just the synergy between him and his band members is just like it's unreal. So to actually capture that into something that can just go in everybody's pockets and they can just take with them, it's like that was a goal. That was a goal. That's what I remember even before we started this. I was like, TK, you just have to capture that somehow, put that in a box and like take it. And I think, we definitely did it.
Wow. I am very excited to experience you live because that hasn't happened yet.
Oh.
And actually, I need to shout out Afro Girl because she is the one who put me on to you. And when I told her I was coming to the island, I was like, anyone you know, because she had lived here. She's like, anyone you know that I should have on the show? And she's like, this guy, TK the artist. Just like, she's like, I actually don't know him very well, but there's something about his vibe. And I think you just have a great conversation with him. Lo and behold, here we are.
Yeah, shout out to Amy.
Yeah, for real, for making the connections. Something I find really remarkable also is how inclusive you are. Even for this interview, you're like, we gotta have Jayden here. He's such a big part of the project, and this is his space, and this is the perfect place to shoot it. But also, like, when I was going through your website, how you were like, meet the team. Like I don't roll alone. Like I roll deep. And that's really cool. Like how did I guess like community become something that was so embedded with you?
Nobody rolls alone. There's just not a single person on this planet. Even like all the biggest artists in the world, and you see them like it's just their face on the cover art. There's 300 more people behind that's doing everything. That's doing the wardrobe, that's doing the mixing, that's doing the mastering, that's doing the engineering, there's the songwriters, there's the dancers, there's the videographers. It's a myth. It doesn't exist. That we are human beings. I guess it's just where I come from. My family. It's a big family. We lots of people in the house every time, and that's just how I feel comfortable among people. I have no problem sharing the accolades because the work was done by multiple people and multiple people should be acknowledged. The work is better with multiple people. I can't go and play 5 instruments on stage. I can't there's the people that like they record and produce and do everything themselves. But when you get to stage, you still need musicians. You still need somebody to make a cover art. You still need somebody to like. There's nobody that's an island. You can't do it by yourself. Even today, you guys are together. It's just like. For me, it wasn't like it's not really like that difficult to do that because that's how I grew up. I grew up in community. I grew up with like lots of people around and stuff like that. So it's like more strange for me to not put them there. Like I'm just like it doesn't feel good if I don't have like you coming here, us talking about the project wouldn't have felt complete if he wasn't here.
For sure. And I'm glad you introduced me to him because you're also making so much cool music with other artists.
Oh. Thank you. Yeah. I've been working. I've been working.
Yeah. Now that it's out, it's done. Do you feel like, because when we're working towards a goal, we have this idea in our mind of like what we hope to feel. Like, do you feel now on the other side of it that you're there, or did anything come up that has surprised you?
You want to go? You already have the mic.
I mean, I'm just happy that it turned out the way that it. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
No, I'm super grateful for how the project turned out. Like, just the piece of art that it is. It's like I think it's something to be proud of. It's something that will just exist forever now, and I just imagine us in like 30 years, like. Putting on this album, be like, hey, remember that time? Remember that time? I'm happy that it exists, and at the same time, I'm also always looking to the next thing that we're gonna do. Like, that's just how my producer mind works. I think like I'm always working on something, and like they also have some songs that I'm eager to work on for this next project.
Yeah.
That will.
Yeah, because we couldn't get through all of them. We had to like move some songs to the next because so many ideas, and it was just too much. We had to like scrap some songs and say no, not scrap them, but like postpone them to the next because they're so like we still play them live, but we just didn't have the time or resources to record them. I guess you look at your question from multiple perspectives. I'll say that I'm still unraveling how I feel about this. I mean, we're going on tour next week. When I feel like the people that have like, there's still so many people that haven't heard the project. There's still like the project is just being born. Like this is the beginning. It's not like, it's not
Your
even
newborn parent.
Yeah, it's not like an ending of now it's done. No, this is just the beginning. But I get what you mean, like from the aspect of we worked on it for a couple of years. I feel lots of fulfillment. Like the fact that I released my first debut album at the age of 25 is crazy to me. And it's like with such like it's a great project, and I feel a lot of fulfillment. I feel very proud of it. I'm definitely like filled with a lot of pride and joy. That's how I feel with this project.
Oh, I feel proud as well. Like I'm sharing in your joy,
Thank you.
And I'm even more so sharing in your joy that you're going to be touring soon and sharing this music live and actually getting like audience, reaction from. Sorry guys, I'm getting hungry. Is what's happening to me.
It's a great segue.
Yeah, it's a great segue. Anyways, what I meant to say is I'm happy and excited for you. You're going to tour. The people are going to love it. Y'all are going to dance. And right now we're going to eat.
Okay, let's get to the food.
So he doesn't know what we brought, but I bet you that y'all have tried this before because they're kind of legendary around here. Yesterday we were talking and you were saying that you really love vegetables.
No.
And so he said that he tolerates them, is what he said. So I was like, I'm going to get you some massaged kale with feta cheese.
I apologize.
And capers.
I apologize for my facial expression in advance.
I did this moment just to get your first reaction shot.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're gonna get a good shot. I'm
this
already reacting.
This is the spoof, okay?
I'm already reacting.
He's like, this girl brought me kale massage
my God, I
kale.
can smell it too. It's crazy.
We don't like it. We don't like this.
We can try it. We can try it.
Okay. I'm totally playing with you. This was for purely that reaction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat this.
Okay.
Because first of all, kale is not that great. It's too fibrous. It's very healthy, but I refuse to eat it unless it's massaged. So shout outs to Parsonage Cafe because you massage this kale. This is not what we're eating right now.
Got a masseuse.
Thank you.
That look on his face. No, man. We went to Trinity-to-the-Bone.
Okay.
Have y'all been there?
Good.
Trinity-to-the-Bone.
Trinity-to-the-Bone. Have you been there?
I have had Trinity-to-the-Bone.
Okay,
Like,
what have you had there?
It was like a wrap thing. It was a wrap.
It's called
and it had
roti.
Yeah, there was roti and it had potato. Like, Caleb brought it over actually.
How about you? Have you had?
I haven't.
What? Yet again?
Caleb-
Okay, literally.
Caleb has been singing too.
No, it's crazy. And I used to live in Toronto, and I would have. I used to live in Toronto. I would have Trini food, and like, they literally can battle like some of the restaurants that I've been to in Toronto. No offense, Toronto, you're still in my heart. But okay, so these are called doubles. These are vegetarian. They've got some different sauces on it, chutneys, but it's chickpeas in this like kind of like dough.
It's like a wrap.
Well, it's doubles. It's just like it's a snack food. Okay, that you got to try this one first.
How do you eat it? You just grab it?
Yeah, eat with your hands, brother.
Okay.
You're from Nigeria, man.
Yeah,
With
come
your
on.
fingers.
So I'm gonna let you guys
And this is part of the
do.
live stream.
Yeah, you're gonna show everybody how you eat.
Okay, all right. So I open my mouth
Yeah.
and then I put the food in.
Well, here, let's- let's, because I'm going to have some,
Yeah.
you know. We'll do. Have you ever had Trini food then before?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, what? Yo. So what's really dope, this particularly is just like kind of a blend of like savory, sweet. You got the protein from the chickpeas, etc., etc. But here, let's go in.
Okay. You
Doubles
want some- you
from
want some,
Trini
Jamal?
to Debone for the
You
first
feeling
time.
good?
And they only make these on
We
Saturdays.
gotta make sure the
y'all.
cameraman
Yeah.
is listening to
I
the
called
radio.
ahead. Cheers.
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 Cheers. Here.
Thank you.
Mmm.
That's good.
That's really good.
I like that.
Oh man, I don't.
What? No, it's like genuinely good. It's
Mhm.
good for sure.
It's very flavorful. The savory, the sweet.
I can't believe you opened up the kale, bro.
He's still not over that.
I'm still thinking about it.
What did you think? What was your initial thought?
I was like, that's like, I can't believe I'm about to eat kale in front of all those people.
It's good for you.
Do you like kale?
Exercise.
Do you like kale?
What does that have to do with kale?
Well, you need your energy. You need your nutrition after you exercise.
From
That's-
Trini from the boom.
Yeah, exactly. I do like kale. Yeah, I like.
How do you like your kale?
I don't know if I like it like that, where I have like a specific way to eat it, but just using it in stuff is very nice. Like if you add it to your roasted veggies, it's good. It's good in soups, like just as like your greens, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any specific way
Interviewing Jay Brown
about kale. Yeah.
Okay, we're getting to some more stuff here.
There's
Okay,
more.
what do you think the show is called? Beats, Eats, and More.
And more.
So
Come on.
this is roti. You know, I don't know if you know much about the history within Trinidad and Tobago, but they had Indian indentured laborers come through and bring a lot of their food and their culture. So they have rotis. Yeah, this one is the veggie roti. I got this one for you, Jay.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's all about this this right here, like the way that they make it. When we were there the other day, this place is so good that I've gone back twice now. The first time was on Wednesday to bring Pindian, aka Alex, a roti. Blew his mind. He was like, this is so good. And then the second time was today, and we had to go back because, and this one I got for you, this one's mine, this one's chicken, but
This is what I had the one time.
yes. Well, it's the only vegetarian option that they have.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. What
And
is
so
this?
this is called Bus Up Shut, and
It
it's
looks like it
goat
gives
with curried potatoes.
you- Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And
It looks pretty good, man.
yeah, it
You know,
smells
I'm just
good.
saying, like, I did not expect this. I really thought you were gonna pull up some spring growth.
You thought I was gonna go Asian on you? No way. No way.
Yeah.
I was fishing for answers from you yesterday when I was asking you what kind of food you
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
And when
I
you
noticed.
describe these things where you're like, I don't know, man, vegetables, I just tolerate them because I heard they're good for you. I was like, okay, not getting you a salad, but like also thinking. I did some research also on what like Nigerian food is like, because you said that's your favorite
Yeah,
kind
this
of
literally
food.
looks like egusi soup. It's crazy.
And that's why I chose it. I was listening. I paid attention and I care.
Thank
That's
you.
a research.
That's very good. Yeah.
You know?
You do. This is very good.
Yeah. Okay. And so this is why it's called Bus Up Shut, which is like a slang term for like basically like a broken, ripped up T-shirt. It's like looking bus up shut.
Yeah.
So
buffalo shirts.
It comes from this. I'm sorry, I'm making crumbs here, but
It's okay.
this is a paratha roti, which is a bit more flakier. They really like pound it, probably a lot of butter. I don't know, but like it is really good. And so what you do is like you rip a piece, I mean, if you could use a fork, you just go in with your hands, and then you put it on the roti and get the goat.
Bro, this looks great.
Bruv,
I'm like,
Go.
I'm taking it in.
you're taking it
I'm
in.
about to take it in too.
Yeah.
All right.
He's like so happy it's not kale.
Yeah, that was a good one. You got me good there, for real.
Yo, get in there. I didn't wait. I think I should have asked for spicy, like a little bit more spice. He didn't ask me on the phone. Maybe he just assumed that I wouldn't know.
Like you didn't sound Trini, so
Yeah, you know
just
why?
made it
Because I was
nice.
like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to go for chicken or shrimp. And he's like, I make the decision for you. You're getting chicken. I love that. I was like, yeah, okay. Tell me what to do.
This is very good. Where did you get it from?
Trini, Tootie,
All
Bone.
of this is from the same restaurant.
Oh, yeah, except for the kale.
where's the kill from? Oh, the
Parsonage Cafe,
Okay,
which they make excellent coffee,
it's a good one.
really good food. But yeah, you have to try with the paratha, brother. Oh, yeah. The goat is very tender, really flavorful. The curried potatoes are nice as well. There's a reason why they only do this on Saturdays. Because it's like, takes time to make, you know? Made with love.
Very homey.
Yum. What do you think of yours?
Oh, it's delicious. It's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And this one is a chicken roti. So it's a different kind of, I guess, batter that they use to make this roti versus that one.
Looks different. This one looks flakier.
Yeah, that's why it's called paratha. And I had when I have traveled through Malaysia, which also has a lot of like Indian, Chinese influences in their food. This is the first time I had the paratha roti.
You nailed it spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
This
eat
is my
more.
favorite. I'll have it later.
Yeah.
This is like my favorite profile. So let's see. And the fact that you got that from a 20-minute conversation is pretty impressive.
Are you? I guess for me, I'm just like such a reactive person when it comes to food. Like I'm just like audible, like you know, like you got a little potato on your.
Do I know?
Yeah. Yep. This one you got to try a bite into. This is the chicken.
No, trust me. When we're done, I'm gonna take my time.
You're like, I'm gonna go all in. Okay, but have a sample of that one, because that's the chicken, and that has a different kind of outside.
You know, remember of meat pie from Nigeria? We had these like chicken beef meat pies that we used to have. The flavors first and
How about you? What was like your favorite foods growing up eating? Did you grow up here in Victoria?
I grew up here, not in Victoria, but near Vancouver is a town called Maple Ridge. I'm from Maple Ridge. That's pretty much where I grew up my entire life. Like, I lived in Kamloops for a year, and then I lived in Langford for a year, and then. But I've been in Maple Ridge forever, and then moved here in 2020. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but my dad is Jamaican, so I did have, you know, that kind of cultural type of thing going on, like curry chicken and curry goat, and like my mom would make roti, and like I've had a lot of that stuff. I loved curry chicken. I loved also a lot of the white foods. I got mac and cheese, like
good old mac and cheese.
good old mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Like my mom would make. That was honestly my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, this mac and cheese casserole with like breadcrumbs on it, and then cheese, and then just bake it.
Okay.
Bro. I have dreams about it
Motorcycle
still.
Cafe or Wheelie's Motorcycle Cafe. Have you been there?
No, I haven't. I don't think so.
That is still
Is that here?
yes. It is underneath Auntie Collective on Rock Bay. Yo, I don't even live here. How do I know these
I
things?
don't know. You know,
Yeah, put us on. That's okay.
I'd be eating at home most of the time.
Yeah, I cook at
so,
home. I do a lot of cooking.
I cook, so it's like,
What do you cook?
yeah.
Yeah, what do you cook?
Yeah, what do you cook?
Not kale, huh?
Well, no, not kale. I make jollof rice. Oh wait.
Yeah.
I make jollof rice. I forgot we're still on the live stream.
Yeah.
Because you gave me food, you made me comfortable, and I was just like, oh yeah.
He had 2 bites. He had 2 bites.
Yeah, I make jollof rice. I make, which is a staple back home. I make. I honestly just go into the kitchen and then I just kind of like do stuff. Look, the next time you guys come in, I'll make something for you. As a thank you for all of this.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How about you? You get into the kitchen?
Yeah, I do a lot of cooking. Yeah, me and Violet both. We cook all the time.
Ruby as well. Cooks too.
The cat.
No, not Ruby.
Oh, sorry. I thought your cat was named
Rava.
Rava.
Is my cat. Ruby's.
Aw.
Yeah, the cat.
Yeah.
She just chefs up.
Yeah. She
Like
cooks up the
Rava.
vibes. That's
Yeah.
about
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Katatouille.
Did you just say ratatouille? Like ratatouille? That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Sorry, wait. Was there a question?
Oh, well, I was just asking you what you chef up. Like, what do you cook?
What do I cook? I do make a variety of pastas, like then the sauces, and then also soups. I like to make soups. I like to make, I don't know, a wide variety of things. Violet makes a lot of the. She took the wheel on like the cultural foods. Honestly, like we went to Ghana a year ago, and she learned like how to make jollof. She learned how to make like wache.
Whoa.
Which she learned. She makes like curry chicken and like
curry chicken is nice.
roll. No, it's like the nicest. I don't even know. Like if you see this painting and see how nice and like intricate it is.
It translates in
It
cooking.
translates into the cooking. It translates into this. She made this too.
What?
Yeah.
Yo.
So I'm just saying.
Talk to her next time.
Yeah. When we come back.
Season 3.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's Poncho,
We'll see.
there's her, there's Caleb, there's so many people.
Yeah, we've got.
There's Poncho, there's her, there's Caleb, there's so many people. Yeah, you can talk to so
This is
many
good.
people. There's Rowan, there's Mark Miku, the Alvin. You can talk to so many people here.
This is good. Okay, I have.
That's why I said I had a feeling you'd be back.
I have rapid fire fun questions
All
to
right,
ask you.
fire away. So is it
You
one at a
ready?
time or?
We'll maybe hold the mic in between the both of you.
Okay.
You know, don't linger too long. The first, harmonize.
Yeah.
Embarrassing as musicians.
You're like, I'm not gonna join.
Yeah, it's okay.
Creative rituals before a performance, getting into the studio, or after a performance.
Sorry, I don't get the question.
Rapid fire. Do you have a creative ritual?
Yes.
Yes.
Yoga.
Word.
Stretching,
Yeah.
Stretching.
Yeah, I stretch for every before and after. Yeah.
You?
I don't do too many performances. Like I perform with Poncho.
Or like getting
here
into
and
the studio. Do you have a little ritual before you start?
there. Did I say something?
No.
No, I don't think so. Anyway, do I have a ritual? Mainly just good vibes. I don't know.
Yeah.
the ritual
Meditate
is
on good
vibes.
vibes.
The ritual is like sit in the
Good
chair
vibes.
and like open FOC.
Yeah,
That's my
and
ritual.
as a rapid fire, we're doing a terrible job.
It's okay.
Let's move on to the next
Yeah,
question,
let's-
rapid firely. Major green flags for creative collaborations.
If I feel comfortable around you.
Say again.
If I feel comfortable around you.
Yeah.
Vibes. Good vibes.
Just openness to changing things. Just to ideas. Just to more ideas.
Major red flags for creative collaborations.
Toxicity.
Toxicity.
Yeah, a rigid nature.
Anger issues. Lack of social cues.
Okay.
Just not being able to be a decent human being.
Facts.
Do you want me to keep going? Ego.
Yeah, that's
I think
a
I'm
good
done now.
That's all the answers. Yeah, that's it.
one. Yeah, you're like, he spoke for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Who brings the snacks to the studio and what's the go-to?
I'm always feeding. I swear.
We usually have, Violet's makes cookies too. And then we usually have tea.
Yeah, there's always tea.
There's
here.
always tea. Tea is a staple.
Yeah,
I guess that's one of the rituals. Tea. You always boil a pot.
Yeah, we always put on tea. Always cook dinner and always have food if people are hungry. I don't know. That is the vibes.
Yeah, very homey.
We do.
Nourishment.
Yeah, we provide the nourishment.
You hear those songs, the nourished songs.
I love that.
Yeah.
If these studio walls could talk, what would they say about you?
Turn the gain down.
Turn the gain down.
I say turn it up.
Turn it up. Turn me up. They've been battered by beats, bro. They just like the walls have been getting beat up by long drums and 808s for years.
Yeah, what would the walls say? They'd say just keep going. I don't know.
See,
I'm
this
vibing.
is fire.
Love that. Who's an artist or collective that's inspiring you right now, whether local or global?
TK inspires me. Poncho inspires me. My sister inspires me. Caleb inspires me.
Aya Star.
Cool. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that I think Caleb was at Trini to the Bone.
Today.
Yeah,
Right.
he was.
probably
He had
was.
like 2 boxes. He was shouting out the chef. He was super great. I was like, I bet you and they said, thank you, Caleb. And I was like, it clicked. I was like, oh, I think this is who you had talked about, who you worked with.
It probably was.
Yeah.
Did he
I'm
have,
like,
did he have dreads?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's definitely.
he did. Or braids.
Braids.
Yeah. And
The braids.
he
And then like told.
yes.
Yeah.
And he was getting ready to probably go back to the festival and feed a bunch of people.
Yeah, that's definitely him.
Yeah. Amazing.
That was it.
Okay, if your current music taste were a dish, what's on the plate? What are the flavor profiles?
Current, like right now?
Yeah, your music taste were a dish.
Egusi soup and pounded yam. With some jollof rice and chicken on the side with plantain and coleslaw. And if we're expanding the diet, you can have some oha soup with some dodo and fufu.
What is oha soup?
Yes. It's a whole world, man.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious and nutritious.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I'd get the jollof in there.
Yeah, you get jollof
get
right
that
in there.
African something in there, and then what does jazz sound like? It's like grapes, like some fruit,
Wine.
some fine wine,
And some soul food.
mac and cheese,
Some mac and
Oh,
cheese.
yeah.
Some collard greens.
some kale,
Yes. Again,
Yeah,
the
delicious.
Wheelies Motorcycle Cafe, you gotta try their mac and cheese.
Okay.
And get it with the beef or no. Just vegetables.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll get it. I'll check it out.
I was gonna say the beef brisket on top, but you're vegetarian, so it's all good.
Yeah.
But it's still good. And they have pieces of spinach and kale in the mac and cheese.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you that.
Just for me.
Yeah, just for you. Okay, dream collab, local or global? Anybody?
Oh, bro, there's too many. Where do I even start, bro? You some days.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I don't even know what we would do, but we'd
Like a
do
drum
something.
battle?
Yeah, like a
Like-
drum battle. Just go off.
Yeah.
That'd be
Masego.
Yeah.
I guess that's like international and stuff. I'd like to collaborate with Aya Star too. Thames. I like to collaborate with Thames. Just like
Okay.
shooting into the universe. And then local, I want to make an EP with Sade Awele. I think she's really nice.
Yo, that would be
Asaya. I've been wanting to make music with
Okay.
Asaya for a minute.
that would be amazing.
And yeah,
I'm trying to conjure something for that specifically.
for Asaya.
Yeah.
How about you?
My guy J. Cole right there.
Yo.
I've always wanted to do something in that with him in that lane. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Dope. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll look back at this capsule, this time capsule, and be like, remember when you said
That would be crazy.
We're putting it out there on this summer solstice, all the good juju. Okay, you walk into the green room. What 3 snacks have to be waiting for you?
Water. Like that's all I need before a show. I just need hydration. Everything else is I can't really eat before shows. I have so much energy and
Totally.
I can't keep anything down. So yeah.
Honestly, just like water and then an
space.
assortment of fruit. Like I just like to eat fruit. When I'm at a show, I'd probably eat my full type of meal beforehand. So when I'm there, just something light.
Yeah. Favorite fruit?
Favorite fruit? Watermelon. For sure.
Banana, I think.
Watermelon, mangoes.
I was going to say.
My mother used to say that the first lie I ever told is when I ate a banana.
And what was the lie?
I think I lied that I didn't have it. She was like, "Who ate this?" And I was like, "It wasn't me."
Yeah, bananas are a staple.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, fill in the blank. The first time I felt like an artist was when?
Ooh. First time I felt like this is not a rapid fire question. It's too deep.
The first time I felt like an artist was probably when I was very young, because I used to draw a lot, and I would look at things and I would see like faces and figures in them and whatnot. Like I would look at the ground and I'd see a bunch of different faces. Maybe like it's just my mind putting it together or something.
Cool.
But yeah, that's like very young, like kindergarten type of thing.
I don't know if I can answer that.
That's okay.
Yeah,
we rapid fire move on if
okay,
so.
Yeah.
In the studio, I'm the one who always.
Turns the volume up.
You.
That's me.
He gives me ear damage every second.
Bro, I swear it's
he
not
does
even
the
that
one
loud.
thing where he just yanks the volume to the loudest, and I'm like, and then he brings it down, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we've gotten that out of the system.
Okay.
I'm the one who always makes edits to things. Always comes up with something new. It's like, oh, the song is done, and then I'm like, actually. Can we add this trumpet over here? Can we do this guitar thing? Can we change the key? Can we move this?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Then we end up Control Z.
and then I'm
undo.
always tweaking things. That's definitely me.
Yeah.
That's funny. I like seeing a little glimpse into your guys' dynamic.
Yeah.
It's cute. Okay. My creative process is powered by blank and interrupted by blank.
I like quiet and noise interrupts it. Like just like unnecessary stress and stimulation. I really like. That's why I like the island. It's very quiet and it helps me hear the music. And I don't like too much like stimulation around.
That's good.
Yeah.
Me.
Likewise.
All right.
Same. Okay. If you could send a message to your younger creative self just getting started, what would you say?
Watch the Jonas Brothers on Disney.
Yeah. I'd say, yeah, don't do anything different. I think you're doing good. Yeah. On the
You
right
figure it out eventually.
track. Yeah. Yeah, that's the process. Yeah.
Okay. The Victoria music scene needs more blank and less blank.
More support, less red taping.
Red taping.
What's red taping?
Like restrictions.
Okay.
Yeah. Red tape restrictions.
More support, that'd be great. Maybe more venues,
Yes.
More financial support.
more financial, less, less restriction, less lack of funding. So
More care, more love. Always more love.
My last rapid fire question for you. And also to wrap this interview, because we've been chatting for an hour. It's been
Have
so
we
good. Yeah. 5 years from now, I hope people say blank when they talk about this project.
I hope people say that they enjoy it, that it impacted them, or, yeah, I hope they like it in 5 years.
I hope they say, wow, that was a time.
Oh, it was such a good time talking with the both of you.
Thank you. It was a great time talking to you.
Thank you
too.
for making time,
Of
for
course.
sharing a bit more about your process, about also like your own personal creative journeys and influences that got you to this place. I'm definitely going to be paying attention. I'm definitely going to be marking my calendar and hoping that it intersects, that I can come and see you live. Either now or like it's gonna happen, bro. Like eventually.
Oh no, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Can't miss it.
You
Honestly.
can't miss
The
it.
live show. Can't miss it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen the video. I was like, I want to be the person like dancing right up front.
Yeah.
For
You will be.
sure.
With
Yeah.
time. So it's only a matter of time.
So, do you want to shout out any upcoming dates, shows, also where people can find more of your music and where they
Yes.
can connect with you?
We are going on tour, people. A Journey Under the Stars BC Summer Tour. We're going to Tofino, we're going to Vancouver, and we're going to be here in our home city, Victoria. On the 27th, we add Black Music Month celebration, Black to the Classics.
Ayo.
And we're going to be in Vancouver, your city, at the City Artist City Center Lodge.
City Center Artist Lodge.
City Center Artist Lodge.
Yes.
Okay. And that's going to be a time. I'm very excited about that. I'm excited about the idea behind the whole thing. And I just like love the fact that I love the fact that is a thing. Like I wasn't even like thinking about that. And I love the fact that like who we are is what they want. And that's what I love most about that show. And then we'll be coming here doing Whistleboy Brewing's birthday celebration on the 28th. And then we're going to be going to Tofino Jazz Festival for the second year in a row. The only artist this year going twice in a row, so consecutively. And that's going to be a time as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we're playing Canada Day here at the Legislative Lawns. And then we're playing Khatsahlano Street Party in Vancouver. So those are the next 5 shows that we're playing in the next week. So yeah, come check it out.
And they can find you
At tktheartistmusic.com. Everything TK the Artist, all my social media pages, email, contacts, photos, all of that at tktheartistmusic.com.
Ayo. How about you?
Me, just Instagram, Jayden Brown Creative. That's where you can find me. You can find a link to all of the projects I've worked on there. And just Jayden Brown on Spotify, Apple Music, all of the things.
Yes.
That's it.
Check it out, y'all. Much love and respects to everybody who's tuned into the live stream, who are watching the replay after. We appreciate you. This has been the final of our Victoria chapter for now. My name is Kazi, and y'all have been tuned in to Beats, Eats,
And more.
Bye.